Good morning everyone, this is Devi from Little Hearts Publications and I am continuing the class 5 science 5th lesson, human body a working machine. In the last class we have discussed till movable joints, and in this session we are going to discuss about immovable joints and the other systems. Okay, immovable joint. Immovable joint. So what is immovable? Not able to move or unable to move. So the joints which do not allow movement. Okay, joint which do not allow movement. Allow movement is known as immovable joints. Okay, known as immovable joint. So where are these immovable joints present? These immovable joints are present in the joints of the skull. Joints of skull. So the skull has many bones and joints, but they are immovable. Okay. So we'll go to the next system, that is the muscular system. Okay, what is muscular system? The system which consists of different types of muscles. Okay, muscles are areas of stretchy tissues. Muscles are areas of okay, they are TCH. Okay, stretchy tissues. Yes, found all over our body. So these all the stretchy tissues which are present from the top, from the skull to the toe, till the toe of our body. Okay, these are responsible for our body movement. So what is the work of these muscles? They are responsible for the movement in our body. Yes, bones cannot move by themselves. We have many bones in our body, but can they move? No, bones can't move by themselves. Okay, so which part helps, which system helps the bones to move? This muscular system. Okay, when these muscles are attached to the bones, over the bones, then these muscles help our body to make movements or help make the movements in our body. Yes, most of the muscles are long layers of contractile tissue. Okay, most of the muscles are long layers of contractile tissue. Okay, contractile tissue. Yes, here the contractions and the relaxations of the muscles make movements possible. So how does this bones and muscles move? The contraction and relaxation. Contraction and relaxation of these muscles help or make the movement possible. Unless they contract and relax, we cannot move. Okay, and then muscles always work in pairs. Okay, work in pairs. Okay, so contraction and relaxation should be possible, then only movement is possible here. So one set of muscles contracts. Okay, one set contracts and the other set, one set relaxes. Okay? Yes. When one set again relaxes, the other set gets contracted. Each muscle has two ends. Okay? Each muscle has two ends. Yes, here. A fixed end and a movable end. So what are the two ends which are present to the muscle? Fixed and movable. Fixed end and movable end. Fixed end is attached to the bone and the other end will be movable, so that this contraction and relaxation will happen here, takes place. So muscles are of three types. So what are those muscles we are going to learn now? Okay, the first one is voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles. So what are these voluntary muscles? Muscles which function under the control of our will. Okay? The muscles which function under our control. Okay? Function under our will or control. Okay? These type of muscles are known as voluntary muscles. Okay? For example, there are different muscles. Hand muscles, if you want to raise your hand, you can raise it. If you want to keep it straight, you can keep it. If you want to walk, only you will walk, unless your decision or your will and control, you will not be able to move them. So arm muscles or leg muscles. Okay, these are the examples of this voluntary muscles. And the next one is involuntary muscles. Involuntary muscles. So these muscles which are not under our will and control, okay, they are known as involuntary, means they perform automatically means not under our control, So these type of muscles are involuntary muscles. Example, muscles in stomach, muscles in stomach, heart muscles, lung muscles. Okay, heart muscles, can we stop the beat of the heart? No, it's not under our control. Yes. And the next one is cardiac muscles. Where are these cardiac muscles present? Cardiac, in the name of that, cardiac muscles present in the heart. Okay? The muscles of the heart are called cardiac muscles. Muscles of heart are known as cardiac muscles. So these muscles are involuntary in function. Just now we discussed about involuntary, right? These heart muscles are involuntary. They are not under our control or under our will. Yes. So, but they have the structure similar to that of the voluntary muscles. So the muscles, voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles have the same structure. But the function is different. So how do muscles work? So they have given you a picture in the textbook. It has a set of muscles, the biceps, the triceps, isn't it? So this is a picture which is given. This is arm muscles. So how do these work, we will discuss now. Yes. So arm muscles. So what are the types of muscles present? Biceps and triceps. These are the two varieties of muscles. So below the arm they are present. Yes. So when this biceps contract, this tricep get relaxed. Okay, then we can hand get lifted up. Okay, when the bicep contract, this is bicep, right? When this get contract, we can lift our muscle up. Okay, and when the tricep gets contract, the hand moves downward. When the tricep is contracted, it becomes smaller. Then this bicep gets relaxed. Okay, so or it comes downwards or it comes to the original position. Therefore, the upward and the downward movement of the arm are brought about the contractions and expansion of the triceps and biceps. So when this gets contracts, this is relaxed. When this gets relaxed again and this gets contracts, means the movement of up and down or contraction and relaxation of these two muscles gives the movement of the hand muscles or arm muscles. Okay, so exercise makes the muscles stronger. So how to make these muscles stronger? Exercise makes muscles strong. Okay, yes. So here a muscle is made up of bundle of fibers. So what is muscle made up of? Bundle of fibers only. Okay, bundle of fibers that contract when we use the muscles. More we use the muscles, the thicker and stronger the fiber becomes. So how much muscle work we do, exercise we do, that much stronger the muscle becomes stronger. Okay, next topic is internal organs. Internal organs. Okay, next one. Okay, so we already discussed what are the internal organs, right? Yes, there are many internal organs like the brain. Okay, the brain, lungs, heart, etc. Okay, these are few internal organs. Okay, and also pancreas, stomach. These are some more examples, right? Yes, and also you can have some kidneys, intestines. These all come under internal organs only. All these organs are very soft and delicate. They are soft and delicate because they are made up of muscle fibers only and no bones, isn't it? Yes. So they are protected by these bones and skin. All the bones are covered with muscles and this muscle is covered with the skin. Yes. So each of these organs has some special function. All these organs have different function and some special function is there to perform. Okay, each and every organ perform a different function, right? Yes. The brain controls the organs and it tells them what to do. So this brain is called as master of all organs or master of all the systems is nervous system. Brain is master of organs. Master of all the organs. It controls all the functions in our body. Yes. So all these organs help the body to work properly. So these all organs help our body to work properly. So they have given you some pictures of the organs. You can see here. This is the brain. The brain is located in the skull. Lungs are located here, the place where rib cage is present. Liver also, and kidneys are present at the back above the hip near the hip place. Heart is here located. This is the stomach, and these are the intestines. Yes. Now we'll go to the next one, the nervous system. The next one is the nervous system. Yes, the nervous system. The nervous system is made up of brain, okay, the main part, spinal cord, nerves, okay. Okay, these are the three main parts of the nervous system. Okay, nerves link this brain and spinal cord. These nerves link to the brain and spinal cord. Okay, nerves are helping this brain and spinal cord to do their function properly. Okay, and they send the information to and fro to all parts of our body. Now, what is the main function of the brain here? Brain. The brain controls everything. Brain controls everything in our body. Okay? It is called as master of all the organs. Okay. So, in the form of nerve impulse. Now here these nerves, impulse means information. Okay? Nerves send impulse. Nerves send the impulse. Okay, nerves send the impulse in the form of nerve impulse. It takes the information from the brain and sent to the spinal cord, and then this information is sent to the nerves. Nerves are located or spread over to all parts of our body, tip to the fingers and brain and to the toes also, isn't it? The brain is only organ that can make decisions about actions. So brain helps in doing actions here. For example, if you take, now you are walking, okay, and some thorn has stuck into your foot. So who will inform you that you got stuck with a thorn? Brain. Okay. Brain informs you, informs to the leg. So how does the brain get this information? Actually, pause chesava. Thorn, we get the pain. The pain is sent as impulse to the brain through these nerves. Nerves send the impulse to the brain. So before going to the brain, spinal cord helps it. Okay, nerves to the spinal cord to the brain, and the brain tells you to lift your leg up. Okay, then how this brain tells the leg to lift it up? The brain again sends an impulse or order to the spinal cord, then it goes to the nerves. These nerves help the muscles and our leg. Okay, in this way the impulse is passed. Yes. So here the brain has three main parts. What are the three main parts of the brain? Okay. The first one is cerebrum. Cerebrum. Second one is cerebellum. And the third one is medulla oblongata. Okay, these are the three main parts of the brain: cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. First we will discuss about cerebrum. Okay, cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Largest part of the brain. Okay, this brain, it controls the physical activities and many mental activities. Okay, it controls physical and mental activities. Physical and mental activities in our body. Okay, and here what are the physical and mental activities? Thinking, listening, sleeping, writing, okay, walking, whatever it may be, these all. It also controls the cerebellum. Okay, this cerebrum controls the cerebellum. Controls the cerebellum. Okay, which in turn coordinates muscle movements and balance. So this cerebellum controls the muscle movement and balance also. Cerebellum. Okay, then what is the function of the cerebellum here? It has two parts. Cerebellum has two parts. So what are those two parts? One is thalamus and the other one is hypothalamus. I'll write here. One is thalamus and another one is hypothalamus. These are the two main parts of this cerebellum. So this thalamus sorts impulse as they enter the brain and directs them to other parts of the brain for processing. Okay, this does that function. And what is the function of this hypothalamus? Okay, this hypothalamus controls hunger, thirst and also body temperature and releases the hormones. Body temperature and release hormones. Okay, this hormones from the pituitary gland. And what is the next one is medulla oblongata. It controls automatic functions such as heartbeat and breathing. Controls heartbeat and breathing. Heartbeat and breathing. And it has three main parts. What are the three main parts of this medulla oblongata? Pons, medulla and the other one is midbrain. Midbrain. These are the parts of this medulla oblongata. Okay. And the next one is the spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord. The spinal cord okay, the spinal cord is the largest nerve in the body. It is the largest nerve. It is the largest nerve in the body. It connects the nerves in the body with the brain. So, the spinal cord is connected to the connects the nerves in the brain. Okay. And here it carries impulse to the brain and from the brain to the all the parts of our body. This is the main function of the spinal cord. And the last one is the nerves. Yes. Nerves are thread-like structures. You can see the picture which is given in the textbook. This is the nervous system. This red color is the brain, and all these blue lines, this is the main spinal cord which connects to the brain. From the spinal cord, the nerves are extended to all parts of our body. Okay? Nerves are thread-like structures. Thread-like structures, okay, which carry message to the in the form of electric impulse. Okay, they carry message in the form of electric impulse. So from the brain it's sent to the nerves, and from the nerves it's sent to the spinal cord, then to the brain. Okay, and nerves are of three kinds. They are sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. Sensory, motor, and mixed nerves. Each and every nerve have different function. So what are sensory nerves? These sensory nerves carry message from sense organs to the brain. Okay, carry message from sense organs to brain. So who is present in between spinal cord? Okay, the sense organs send through the spinal cord to the brain, and here motor nerves from brain, it carry message, carry the orders from the brain to the muscles. Okay, from the brain to the muscles. Here order, it carry the order. And what is the mixed nerves? What is the function of these mixed nerves? These mixed nerves carry from the message sense organs to the brain and also convey message back from the brain to the muscles. So both these functions are done by these mixed nerves. Okay, this is all about these systems present in our body, and you go through the textbook and complete the exercises which are present in page number 57, 58. Worksheet will be sent through WhatsApp. Thank you.